Yo, what is good, yo? It's your boy Ty, back here with another video. And in this video today, we are going to be building the best squad in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM. So right now, what is the best 13-man squad that you could build to take into MyTEAM Unlimited? Now, I do want to say, we're going to be using all 13 because this year more than ever, stamina is crazy important. So heck, having 13 players could actually help you out greatly. Now, before we dive any further into this video today, if you are new to my channel and have not yet, please consider smashing that subscribe button as we are on the road to 80,000 subscribers. So we're going to start it off at the point guard position with exchange reward Sleepy Floyd. Now, here's the thing about Sleepy Floyd. Is he worth the exchange? Probably not, but he has jump shot 22, and he is very, very smooth all the way around, right? He can dribble well. I think he has jump shot 22. Stat wise is fantastic. Again, I don't think there's that much difference between him, my backup point guard, and who's going to be my 11th man. But when it comes down to it, Sleepy Floyd is very solid. Also has the pink diamond glow, which I obviously am a big fan of. Sleepy's solid in the game. I've heard from a couple people who have locked Sleepy in to not lock him in, so I wouldn't encourage any of you guys watching this to lock in for Sleepy Floyd. But if you have him, he's solid. There's no way around it. Similar to the Bob Cousy at the start of last year. Now, at the shooting guard position, we're going to plug in token reward Money Mitch Richmond. Now, I do think he's only 6'5", but as far as a token reward, he's probably the guy I'm leaning towards at that pink diamond. There is a point guard who I think is pretty solid as well, but Mitch Richmond can do it all. 6'5", gonna be able to shoot incredibly. You got the backcourt of the Golden State Warriors there with Sleepy Floyd and Mitch Richmond. Gonna be able to shoot, gonna be able to move pretty well. Defensively, gonna be okay, but I mean, defense right now is just juiced up in general, to be honest with you guys. So for both Mitch Richmond and Sleepy Floyd, I'm not really too worried about defense, and obviously on the offensive end of the court, both of those guys are going to be doing some very solid things for you. Small forward position, we're going to plug in the best card that I think is in the game right now, and that's Pink Diamond Glenn Robinson. You can make the argument there's other cards that are better than him, but I just don't think so, especially at that small forward position. He can just hold it down. He's decent enough on defense. When I say decent enough, he's okay. Not anything that's going to blow you away. But offensively, he's going to knock down shots. He's going to be very solid attacking the rim. And he's a guy everybody has the chance to get. I'm telling you guys right now, the draft mode right now, there's a lot of people playing the draft mode that are not very good. And the reason they're playing is because it is a new mode in 2K. So a lot of people playing the draft mode. It's not super competitive right now. And hey, you got the chance to get Glenn Robinson, who is a very, very good card in the game. And that's just something I'd recommend for you guys, right? If you are new to 2K in general, Glenn is a very, very good option to kind of start things going and to get things going for you guys to start the game right away. Power forward position, we're going to plug in a domination reward in Draymond Green. Now, I just got done playing with Draymond for the first time ever today. And what I say is I was impressed. I wasn't necessarily impressed offensively with his release, anything like that. But defensively, he moves defensively. He's got badges. And at the power forward position, he's just a guy you can play and you know exactly what you're going to get. Do I think he's going to be as good as the Draymond Green of last year, the Diamond Draymond Green? No. But he's also only an amethyst and he's a domination reward, which is free. But Draymond's always that card at the beginning of 2K. I feel like that's going to be good. As the year goes on, he's probably going to get worse and worse. His cards are going to get worse and worse. But right now at the power forward position, I don't know if there's a better guy or a guy I'd rather have on my team than Draymond Green. It might sound biased because I'm going to get Draymond Green on my own account today, but I just think he just holds it down. Defensively, he's incredible, can grab rebounds, can play make a little bit, can handle the ball. He can just do everything, and that's why I'm a big, big fan of Draymond Green. Center position, we're going to plug in who I think is the best center in 2K at the starting center, and that's Big Shaq. You look at the player model, a little better than Wilt. Speed's a little better than Wilt. I just think in general, Shaq's a little bit better than Wilt. Obviously, the MT you're going to have to pay for Shaq is up there right now. I think it's over 100,000 MT, which for this early on in 2K is just absolutely ridiculous. But he's a solid card, the best center in the game. So I would be lying to you guys if I didn't plug Shaq in there at that starting center position. So if you had to give me one lineup to start my team with, this is the starting lineup I would probably choose. Now, maybe at the point guard position, I'd plug in my backup point guard over Sleepy. But that's just really, it's a matter of opinion, right? And I have not used either the Sleepy or my backup point guard, who you guys are going to see very soon. And I haven't used a lot of these guys, right? I haven't used Mitch Richmond. I haven't used Shaq. But you just know what guys are going to be like. Like, I just know both those cards are going to be absolutely incredible. Heading into my backup point guard, and we're going to plug in Ron Boone here. A triple threat offline reward, who I am pretty high on, right? Initially, when the card first came out, I was like, okay, it's just an okay card. But no, Ron Boone is good, guys. Has the Paul George base. Very solid on the defensive end of the court. Offensively, he's going to be able to at least hold it down for you. I think for me personally, he'd probably be my favorite point guard in all of 2K, right? That's just my personal opinion. I think what Ron Boone can give you is greater than any other point guard in 2K. Now, he is only a 92 overall, only is a diamond compared to the 95 of Sleepy. That's why I'm going to start Sleepy, plus Sleepy is an exchange reward, which I'm not the highest on. But if you guys got Ron Boone, there's no reason to go get Sleepy. There's no reason to go spend MT on a point guard. You got your guy for the foreseeable future in Ron Boone, who is absolutely solid. At the shooting guard position, the backup shooting guard position, why can I not plug my mans in? Hold up. Okay, it's kind of glitched. It's kind of weird right now, but I'm going to plug in Dale Ellis at the backup shooting guard position. Dale Ellis is solid. He's a very solid card. A little, I think, not as complete card as Mitch Richmond, but he is 6'7", and he's a better shooter than Mitch Richmond. So you give up a complete player for more of just a pure sharpshooter in Dale Ellis. Now, Ray Allen, you could make the case, deserves some kind of credibility on this list or on this team. But when you have Mitch Richmond and Dale Ellis at the 2s, Ray Allen can't compete with those guys. He just can't. Dale Ellis is very solid a guy that I think if you are in the token market or have the option to get him and Mitch, I don't see why you wouldn't. Both those guys are very solid options, and they can do more than just hold it down for you. They can be very, very solid options for you in your squad. Now, this is where it gets tricky, right? Is Danny Granger better than Glenn Robinson? I personally don't think so, but you could argue they're the best two cards in all of 2K. You could definitely argue that. Now, I'm really high on Ron Boone, so I don't necessarily know about that, but you could argue Glenn and Danny Granger are the top two cards in 2K. But, I mean, they're basically identical cards. You look at the cards, they got the same release. They're going to do the same thing for you. So, if you can't get Glenn Robinson and you want to lock in for Danny Granger, do what you got to do. But I would not recommend anybody locking in for Danny Granger. Don't do it. The card is so expensive when you got his clone Glenn Robinson already that you can get for literally free as long as you just get kind of lucky in the draft ascension board. But that's really how it is, right? Danny Granger is just basically a Glenn Robinson clone. Do I think Glenn's better than Danny? I don't know. They're basically the same card. But either way you look at it, both are very, very solid options, and both would be in my best squad in 2K. So coming in at my power forward position, we're going to plug in triple threat online reward, Gus the Bus Gerard. The more I use Gus, the more I become a massive fan of the card. I don't know why, I don't know how, but again, the more I use Big Gus the Bus, the more I like him. He can hold it down at that power forward position. Yes, his release isn't the quickest. It's easy enough to time, easy enough to green, and defensively, Gus is very solid. Again, power forward, he's going to give you kind of a similar feel to Draymond. I think Draymond's a little bit better. I actually prefer Gus's release probably this early on, but they're basically identical cards. They're going to give you similar things. On the defensive end, I think Dre's just a little bit better, putting him in my starting lineup. The backup center, we're going to go with basically an off-brand Shaq. I think a little worse version of Shaq in the Pink Diamond Wilt Chamberlain. Now, most of you guys, it's probably going to be tough to get the Pink Diamond Wilt, but if you can get him, he's good. Wilt Chamberlain is very good. I think it's going to, at the start of the year at least, we're going to see a lot of these inside centers just because post games it's kind of ridiculous this early, right? It's tough to get stops on big guys, so that's something Shaq and Wilt can do. If somebody tries cheesing you with Mark Eaton, whatever the case may be, Wilt and Shaq they're going to be able to hold it down for you. Now, coming in my 11th spot is actually a card I initially had in my base squad and Walt Frazier, but I moved him out of there last second, and the last second reasoning is because Walt Frazier's release scares me, right? I think he has base 36. I think that's what Earl Monroe had last year, jump shot 36. It's not a bad release, but it's just not a release I'm super high on, right? I feel like this year more than ever, you can get by with whatever release you have on a player, but at the same time, I don't know about jump shot 36. I'd have to use Walt before I really made the case. But if you can't get Ron Boone or you don't have Sleepy Floyd and you're at the token market, if you want to go with Walt Frazier, I'm not going to place any blame on that because I think Walt Frazier is an absolutely fantastic card. Another card I'm pretty high on that I'm going to get very soon is Diamond TJ Warren. Now, a lot of you guys are going to be like, TJ Warren, what? He just seems kind of mid. I mean, Tell me what TJ Warren can't do on the court. Oh, wait. TJ Warren is just an all-around complete player. I don't think he's as good as Glenn or Danny Granger, but I do think at that small forward position, if you don't have the funds for Danny Granger, I think TJ Warren's the next best option. That's just my opinion on it. There's not one thing on the basketball court I don't think TJ Warren can do. He has the Robert Covington type release, which you guys know what I do with that release. I like TJ Warren, and I'm super glad I'm getting him today on my road to $250,000 or to the $250,000 tournament account. Last but not least, I'm gonna plug in Mark Eaton, and the reason I'm plugging in Mark Eaton is because he's 7'4". He has 25 speed, 25 lateral quickness. I get it, but right now, from what I've seen, it's hard to get stops on big dudes. So if you've just started the game and you just want to cheese, pick up Mark Eaton. I'll never run Mark Eaton. I want to make that loud and clear. I'll never run Mark Eaton. If you don't want to run Mark Eaton and you want to plug in Serge Ibaka, if you're a competitive player, it's probably what I would consider doing because Serge gives you that stretch big type of feel. But, I mean, again, if you're a beginner just starting the game, you're probably going to have more success with Mark Eaton. That's just the way it is. Starting lines, we go Sleepy, Mitch, Glenn, Draymond, Shaq. Bench, Ron Boone, Dale Ellis, Danny Granger, Gus Gerard, and Wilt Chamberlain. Those are my top 10. Again, I think this year more than ever, it's going to be important to, keep your stamina in check. So if you have to play the other three, I think it's important to keep those slots maybe filled up, especially if you're playing in the competitive type MyTEAM scene. But that is going to wrap it up for our video today, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it, and hopefully you found it useful. Again, these are just some of my top players in all of 2K. If you guys have your own opinions, leave them down below in the comments because I'm very, very interested to hear who you guys would have in this that didn't make the cut. But guys, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.